What's up, guys? I am making me a solar shower, if it's not obvious. I put in a Shrader valve so you can air this thing up, and it actually is a pressurized system. Paint it black, leave it out in the sun, the water gets hot, and I'm really stoked at the way this thing came out. It's got great pressure. And when you air it up, it has enough pressure in there to run constant for about 3 minutes, which is more than enough time to take a good shower. This is kind of special shape for my van because I can go up on the racks with the L shape there, and then it'll run down the side. But for most people, you're probably just going to want to run straight down one side of your vehicle. This will work any SUV, any van. And the idea is that a 4-inch pipe, I've got about 14 feet here, so that's almost 10 gallons, which is a lot of good hot water. And if everything works out right, this will be pressurized. To get your parts, go out to the yard and go ahead and grab, they sell the pipes in 10-foot sections. Grab it, take it inside, and then find the proper fittings. It just makes it easier because it's really easy to mistake between Schedule 40 and not. Anyway, just take it inside and fit it all together. But for most people, you're probably just going to want to put your end cap there instead of over there. Come down, put a T in here. This will be how you fill the water. And then for mine, I'm extending out just a little bit more past that. And this is where the water outlet will be. You can see a pressure, that's a bicycle inner tube inflator, which I'll show you in a minute. Get all this off of Amazon. But the idea is air this up and you'll have pressurized water, solar heated, and I'm almost afraid that it's going to be too hot. But let's go over the parts real quick. Aside from the pipe, you're going to need purple primer and PVC cement. I got a little bit of plastic weld to help out. Here's the parts off of Amazon that I got. You got a bicycle Shrader valve inflator. Just type in Shrader valve. This is for a rain barrel actually. And then you're going to want a pressure gauge, and the way I'm setting this up is this faucet will actually be a pressure release valve. So if you have it aired up and it's halfway full, you need to let the pressure off to be able to take the cap off and add more water. So that'll be self-explanatory by the end of the video here. And I've got some large 10-inch pipe clamps, hose clamps, and of course a little water hose so that I can swing that right off the back of the van. Now, in order to drill the holes, I'm just using a 7/8 paddle bit, which is the size of what goes through there. It's important that you put a block of wood on the bottom side before you start drilling, because if you're not on something, then the center of the bit's going to start trying to wobble and it's going to bore the hole out more. So when I drilled this, you can actually see the holes right here somewhere. You can see that I drilled straight down through into the wood so that I got the proper size hole. Now you can see that there is a little bit of space between the brass fitting and the PVC. That is where the plastic weld comes in. First thing I'm going to do is pre-prime all of the PVC, because this will actually etch the PVC a little bit for a much better connection, and kind of dry off your dauber a little bit because it's going to be pretty soaking. And just get the area that we need inside and out, and also the fitting, the bushing on your brass fitting. Next, we'll take the plastic weld, and you just knead this together. You can see the blue and white, just like any other epoxy. You got a catalyst and the epoxy. Alright, once you got that all kneaded together, go ahead and roll it out to a thin strip. And seat that right on the inside edge. Now we'll take our all-purpose cement and a Q-tip, and we'll use that around the exterior of this. The main seal is going to come on the inside, but never hurts to go double, triple on your air tightness. And it's a little better to do this in the shade, but for filming purposes, I'm out in direct sunlight and you don't have a whole lot of working time. For all your fittings, you want to give it a light sand and then throw the purple primer on, and then you're ready to cement. And you cement, work quickly because this stuff goes off pretty fast. You don't want big puddles, but you want it on there and solid, and you do both of them. Now it's all assembled. You got the Shrader valve to air it up, and then the water outlet. That cap screws on and off. The pressure gauge I got didn't work, but anyway, the idea is you can pull the pressure gauge off and then turn that valve on to release the pressure so that you can unscrew the cap to add more water in. If it's pressurized, you can't add water, or you can't unscrew the cap. Then you want to take the big hose clamps I showed you earlier and put those on. This is 10 gallons of water, so that's about 80 pounds up there, so you want to secure it pretty well. I actually added a couple extra hose clamps after I shot this. You don't want 80 pounds of torpedo flying off. Air that bad boy up, maybe 20 pounds, 30 pounds. Like I said, the gauge was broken that I ordered, so I don't know exactly how much I did air it up. But yeah, on a solid stream, it shot about 20 feet, and then you switch it over to shower, and it's more than enough pressure to have a good shower. Let it sit out in the sun. I painted it black. Might get a little too hot in the summertime, but for right now, when I tested it, it worked great. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to take a road trip where I actually need this thing, which shouldn't be too long, especially if it stops raining enough to get down the road to be able to build Pat's cabin. See you guys on the next one.